This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Gunmen kill 2, torch house in Mud Town. Marauding gunmen killed 2 persons and torched a house in Mud Town, Papine on Saturday morning, escalating fears of gang violence in the area. Eyewitness reports are that the gunmen struck at a house in the community a few minutes after 7. After claiming the lives of 2 people, the gunmen then set the house on fire. Firemen who arrived were reportedly unable to gain access to the lane to extinguish the blaze and watched impotently as the fire raged, saying that the fire hose was not quite long enough to reach the residence located in a north dirt lane. The Constabulary Communication Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed the incident. "We are aware we are trying to ascertain the details. It happened sometime after 7 a.m., the representative said. 35 charged with Westmoreland murder. A murder suspect who was taken into custody just 3 hours after the act was committed in Pullet Lane, Whithorn, Westmoreland on Monday, August 30, has been charged. Charged with murder is 30-year-old Ricardo Mackenzie, otherwise called 35, a carpenter of Pullet Lane in the parish. Reports are that about 11:30 p.m., the now deceased Jovan Beckford was among patrons at a shop when he was reportedly approached by Mackenzie and another man who shot him several times. The police were summoned and Beckford was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Mackenzie's court date is yet to be finalized. Policeman charged for fatal shooting granted $500,000 bail. Police Corporal Damian Stewart, who is charged for the shooting deaths of 2 men at a car wash in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been granted $500,000 bail. Stewart was placed before the St. Catherine Parish Court yesterday in relation to the killing of O'Neill Johnson and Ricardo Stewart on March 5, 2018 at the Real Deal Car Wash. He was ordered to return to court on October 11 when the case will be mentioned. The charges stemmed from an investigation by the Indicom Commission of Investigations and a ruling by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Indicom says information received from the police is that on the day in question, a team of 5 police personnel were on mobile patrol along the Spanish Town bypass when men exited from 2 vehicles and opened gunfire at the cops. The police allege that in response they fired in the direction of the men. After the exchange, 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They later died. Indicom says eyewitnesses to the incident have refuted the police's account of the shooting. Central Village under siege. Man killed in predawn attack at his girlfriend's house. As the spate of shootings continue in Central Village, a group of gunmen carrying high-powered weapons shot and killed a man and seriously injured his spouse at her home in the Winter Heights community. According to reports, the couple was at home about 6:30 a.m. on Thursday when armed men surrounded the 1-bedroom house and shot Cohen Finlay and his 25-year-old common-law wife from outside the kitchen window. Finlay was pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital while the woman was admitted in serious condition. The men reportedly left the scene on foot. A resident told the news that about 6:30 a.m. there was a loud banging on both the bedroom window and the back door at the house. Minutes later, loud explosions were heard. "My peep over there and me see some man a take out the window pane at the bedroom window and 2 stand up at the kitchen window, one with a long gun. So me duck back down and me hear a whole heap of shots start to fire," the resident said. It is believed that the couple were in the bedroom when they heard the window panes being removed and retreated to the kitchen where they were shot. When the news visited the house, relatives of Finlay's common-law wife were busy cleaning up blood from the kitchen floor where the couple was found. "My cousin no do nobody nothing at all. She just come back from overseas. Cohen is our spouse. Him only visit her now and then. We just pray that she pull through," said a cousin of the injured woman who was assisting with the cleaning up exercise. "See them shoot through the window. See the hole them in the wall," she said, pointing to the bullet holes. It appeared that some of the bullets narrowly missed a propane gas cylinder. "God make the bullet no hit the cylinder. because the whole place would have blown up, she continued. When contacted for comments, Commander of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Superintendent Christopher Phillips, said that he was in a meeting and couldn't comment at the time. However, efforts to contact him sometime after were unsuccessful as his phone repeatedly went to voicemail. The police have confirmed that there have been a series of shootings in Central Village over the last 2 weeks. First, the police corporal and the taxi driver were shot and killed in the Big Lane community. 6 days ago, a man was shot and killed in the Chinatown area, and just 3 days ago, 2 persons were shot, one fatally in the Zambia area near Windsor Heights. JCTU meeting on wage offer to public sector workers. The Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions has been meeting with its members on the government wage offer to public sector workers. It's understood that a 4% wage increase is being proposed under the one-year deal. This is an improvement on the initial offer of 2.5%. Additionally, there is a one-off payment of $40,000 for employees earning Jamaican $1.5 million, $0.5 million or less annually. The JCTU and the Finance Ministry are reportedly trying to complete negotiations this month for the payment to commence in November. If the offer is accepted, retroactive payments will be from April to November. Papa to face court on shooting charges. The Kingston Western Police have charged a man following a shooting incident in Kingston on Sunday, August 8. Charged with shooting with intent is 22-year-old Michael Carty, otherwise called Papa, of Percy Street in the parish. Reports are that the complainant went to visit a family member about 1:55 p.m. when he was allegedly pounced upon by Carty, who opened gunfire, hitting him several times in the upper body. The police were alerted and an investigation launched. The police said Carty was later arrested and charged with the offense of shooting with intent. NWA to carry out road repair program during no movement period. The National Works Agency has announced that it will use the no-movement days to carry out a $320 million road patching program. According to Stephen Shaw, the NWA's communication manager, the program will target some of the roads damaged by tropical storms Grace and Ida. At least $20 million will be spent in each parish. A special allocation has been made for roads in Portmore, St. Catherine. The program is expected to be completed by the end of the month. Leviticus and 2 others arrested. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, head of the Kingston West Police, says Leighton Leviticus, the brother of Christopher Dudus Cook, and 2 other men have been taken into custody as the police combat gang conflicts in the division. He told the news that Mr. Cook reported to the police station on Thursday in the company of his attorney. SSP Phipps disclosed that the alleged leaders of the Striker Gang and the Screamers Gang are also in custody. The men were among 14 individuals listed as wanted by the Kingston West Police. SSP Phipps said an upsurge in gang conflicts has led to a spike in murders and shootings over the last few weeks. Tufton looking at additional staff for South Hospital. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has promised to examine the possibility of providing additional support to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, which is currently buckling under pressure from the impact of the coronavirus. One of the things that we need to look at is to see if we can get some additional staff from across the border and if we can even move people over temporarily. It is something that we need to examine and to see how possible that is, because at this rate, this small complement is going to buckle under the stress, he said. Tufton was speaking to staff during a visit to the hospital on Thursday to mourn with them after Monday's death of Accident and Emergency Department Supervisor, 37-year-old Deidre Davis Cunningham. He also spoke of the possibility of utilizing recent medical school graduates at the facility. We may still have to take them and to put them in some of the areas where we can eventually develop them, and they can move into some of the challenging areas so that we can take some of the pressure off you guys, said the health minister. Nurses across the country have spoken out about the physical and mental toll of keeping patients alive during a pandemic. During his visit to Westmoreland and Hanover, the health minister also spoke of the need to find ways to show appreciation for the work being done by those on the front lines. The war that we are in, some people fall on the front line, and they do it in service to others over time. It is a really tough situation, he said. Efforts were made by groups Thursday to make staff at the Savannah Lamar Hospital a bit more comfortable on the job. Among them are members of the Rotary Club of Savannah Lamar and the Westmoreland Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which have begun providing coffee, tea, sandwiches, and fruit plates for hospital staff. To complement those initiatives, efforts are also underway to address the shortage of bed space. Minister Tufton said work is expected to begin on a much-anticipated 36-bed field hospital, which will address overcapacity at the Savannah Lamar Hospital. There will have to be an outlay of $11 million to construct the base that will house the material donated for the facility. To date, field hospitals have been established at Falmouth Hospital, Trelawney, St. Joseph Hospital in Kingston, and Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine. Efforts are also on the way to build other hospitals in Mandeville, Manchester, and Maypen, Clarendon. 868 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 8 more deaths. Jamaica recorded 868 new COVID-19 cases and 8 deaths on Friday, bringing the infection total to 70,657 and the virus death toll to 1,593. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that the new cases comprise 546 females and 322 males with ages ranging from 22 days to 98 years. The cases were recorded as follows: St. Catherine 255, Kingston and St. Andrew 153, St. Anne 89, St. James 66, Trelawney 60, St. Elizabeth 57, St. Thomas 46, Clarendon 44, Westmoreland 38, Manchester 23, Hanover 17, Portland 16, and St. Mary 4. The latest deceased comprise a 56-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 57-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, an 88-year-old male from St. Elizabeth, a 39-year-old male from St. Catherine, a 50-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 58-year-old female from St. Elizabeth, an 86-year-old male from St. James, and an 84-year-old male from Clarendon. Jamaica has 19,927 active cases after 111 people recovered from the virus, bringing the total number of recoveries to 48,691. Currently, 724 people are hospitalized, 117 of which are severely ill, while 50 are critically ill and 200 are moderately ill. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.